So I've been asked to sort of explain what Generation Bridge is. Well, Generation Bridge is a concept that started at our small little United Methodist Church here in Monroe, Connecticut, and has morphed into something like a bigger mission in some ways. The way I look at it is Generation Bridge is about breaking down the stereotypes of generational labels and calling them out for what they really are, which is sort of marketing categories. There's some benefit to looking at people from a generational swath, but for the most part, they don't serve to really accurately put us all into the same buckets, because there's just too many people and too many variations to say that all boomers are this, all millennials are this, all Gen Xers are this, etc. And so what we've done is we've really tried to break it down to life stage issues, the things that we experience in life that unite us and give us some sort of common ground. And what I mean by that is that as we go through life, we're generally faced with different things based on the stage of life that we're in. It can be related to age, but in many cases it's related to just a stage that we're in. So I always equate it to, I'm 44 years old, and I have a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old, or a 2-year-old, and a newborn baby who's about 3 months old now. And that puts me into a similar life stage as someone who might be 20 years my younger. So we're going to be dealing with the same things at the same time, even though we've come from two different sides of, or two different generational breaks, so to speak. Now, sure, there's some common things that happen to us as my Gen Xers, as people that are 40 or so years old. There are definitely some of the things that unite us in terms of life experience, the things that we've lived through, 9/11, all that kind of stuff. But in general, it really comes down to what are you dealing with? So you might be taking care of someone as a caregiver, which is one of our focuses. And if you're in your 40s or you're in your 60s or you're in your 70s, what difference does it make? You're going through those things. But the other key element to Generation Bridge is that we know that people who have been there before have wisdom and that we should be listening to them. So the things that I'm learning now, I can pass on to the next father to come up, the next young family to come up. I can tell them what we've learned from our experience. And hopefully they get something from that, or they look at us as resources that they can go to with questions. The same thing can be said for caregivers. Those who are going through it today will have tremendous wisdom and knowledge to pass on to those who will be going through it tomorrow. Because it's not easy, it's not cookie cutter, none of these things are. So whether it be you're looking for a new home, whether it be you're in a caregiving situation, you're starting a family, you're dealing with colleges and you're trying to figure out which colleges to go to, you're dealing with financial debt or financial planning. All these things are things that we approach at different stages in our life, and we have a need to connect with others in order to understand that. So we hope that through Generation Bridge, we can create live events, especially when we're able to go back in COVID, after COVID. We hope that we can connect with live events and we can actually come together as people, connect with individuals, create relationships so that you always have that sort of source of wisdom. And as we're sort of pivoting right now, we hope that we're going to have some of those things available to you online as well. As we go out and we search for people who have stories that they want to share, wisdom that they want to share, so that we can connect and bridge the generations together and stop looking at each other as adversaries or others, and start looking at each other as our future selves or earlier selves. And let's make no mistake about it, that the transfer of knowledge and information and wisdom goes both ways. Because there are so many things that the younger generations, or the people who are younger or who are more savvy in certain things like web programming and social media and all these types of things, there are certain things that they have and that they understand innately that they can pass on to those of us who may not have that knowledge. Whether we're elder and we're trying to figure out how do we use these phones the best we can, or whether it's something like, how do I market my business in an environment that maybe is a little foreign to me? Those are the kind of things that information transfer happens across the generations, not within buckets of them. So we hope that you enjoy some of the content we're going to be putting out. We also look forward to the day when we can create these live events again. And if you have any questions, just reach out to us. You can reach us at www.generation-bridge.com, or you can contact me directly at brian.sherwood at generation-bridge.com. Thanks a lot, and we hope you have a great day. And we really do look forward to when we can all connect back to normal outside of this COVID environment. God bless.